Hi, this is Chris from Aux Designer, and today I want to show you how to make a button in AUXPlayer. Okay, here we are in an empty aux channel, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a surface out, and I'm going to put a bot on that surface. And on that bot, I'm going to add what is called an onClick event. So when you click on the bot, either with a mouse click on your computer or a tap on your phone, it will do something, whatever we put into that action tag, into that onClick event. So there's our surface and our bot. I'm actually going to add 3 more bots because when we click on our button, I want it to change the 3 bots to different colors. So here's 3 more bots. Alright, so let's start with our button. I'm going to add a tag to our button, an action tag, called onClick. And this is where we get to put the logic of what happens when we click the bot. So what are we going to add in here? We are going to shout change colors. So if you remember what a shout is, any bot that has the action tag change colors will do whatever is in that action tag on that bot. But right now, no other bot has the action tag change colors, so we need to add it, and we're going to add it to those 3 other bots that we brought out here. So we're going to add that change colors action tag. Make sure I spell it right. And in this change color action tag, this is where we are going to add our logic for what we want to have happen on these bots. And what we want it to do is set the bot to a random color. So to do that, we add set tag, because we want to set the tag on this bot. So we add this, and then what tag? The aux.color tag. Whoops. So aux.color in quotations. And then we pick the color we want it to change to, which in this case is a random color. So we just do a script here. So we want it to add a hashtag and then plus, and we want it to be random. So we're going to do math.random. You don't need to know all of this. I'll just let it go. Here's what you can put in to get a random color. All right, and we're going to copy that and add that to the other 2 bots as well. So we will paste it onto both of these. And that should do it. So let's go and check it out in context and see what it does. So they're all white. We tap on our bot, that is the button, with the onClick event, and it changes all of the other bots to a random color. But it doesn't look like a button. So let's do some things to make it actually look like a button. So I'm going to start by adding a little base for our button, so that's going to be made with another bot. And I'm going to select both of these because I'm going to be adding a lot of the same tags. So on our button itself, I'm going to add a label so we know that, hey, what are we supposed to do? You're supposed to press this. So there it says press on our bot. I'm also going to add a color to our bot so we can differentiate it from other things. I'm going to make it green. So now our button is green and says press on it. The label is default to black, and I'm going to change the aux.label.color to white. So you can see it on the green background. All right, now it's a little easier to see. Let me select both of these again. There we go. Now I'm going to change the scale of the bots that are going to make up our button. So aux.scale.z, and this is going to make the bots shorter. So I'm going to set them to 0.2. There we go. Now I'm going to do aux.scale.x. And I'm going to set that to 3 on our base and 2.75 on the button itself. So what I'm going to do is stack these two bots so it looks more like a button. You'll see in a second. So let me set aux.scale.y to, for the button itself, I'm going to do 1.75, and for the base, I'm going to do 2. So there'll be just a little outline around the actual green part of our button. Let's stack these up. And there it's already starting to look more like a button, right? Hey, I would click that. I'm going to make it so they aren't movable. Because, hey, people are going to be tapping this. I don't want it to move around if they accidentally drag. Let's jump into our context and check that out. All right, so I tap it, changes the colors. But it doesn't change it all itself. I want to make it look like, hey, I'm actually pressing this button. I want a few things that give the user feedback that the button has been pressed. And to do that, I'm going to add a new action tag called onPointerDown. So onClick fires when you release your finger from the button. onPointerDown fires when you actually press down and start a click. onClick fires at the end of a click. onPointerDown fires at the beginning of a click. So we can do some things here that gives this the functionality of a physical button and gives the user some feedback. So I'm going to have this set tag on this, which is again our button, the green part, and I'm going to change the aux.scale.z to 0.1. Right now it's set to 0.2, so it'll shrink on the z-axis, which is height, by half. And now we're in our context. And now it looks like the button presses down, but it doesn't come back out. So we have to add something to our onClick, which fires at, again, at the end of the click. So here we're going to set tag on this bot, which is again that green button. And we're going to set the tag aux.scale.z back to its original size, its original scale, 0.2. So now it'll look like on pointer down, it'll shrink down to 0.1, and on release, it'll go back to 0.2. So now it looks like it's being pressed in and out, which gives the user feedback that the button has been pressed. And I'm going to add one more thing. I'm going to have the color change slightly. On pointer down, it'll change, and then on click, it'll return to green. So let's do that. So on the on pointer down action tag, we are going to add another set tag on this bot, which is again that green button. And we're going to set aux.color. And we're going to set it to a green color, and I'm going to use a hex code. So hashtag, let's do 34AB12. Close our parentheses, or close our quotations, close our parentheses, add a semicolon, And again, we should know we have to change our onClick as well to set it back to green. So when we press the button down, so on pointer down, it'll turn to a lighter green, and on release, which is when onClick fires, it'll turn back to green. All right, and that should do it. Let's jump into the context. Let's check it out. So I press the button, turns to a lighter green, goes down a little bit, gives the user feedback that the button has been pressed, and then changes the colors on those bots to random colors. And that's how to make a button in AUXPlayer. Thank you.